well, I'm sure you have. You've made pizzas, haven't you?
I've made pizzas,
Well,
yes, but
there you go.
not with an expert baker overseeing what I'm doing, so I'm bound to roll it out the
I
wrong
never
way.
feel very expert when I have a week of it. I'm an amateur.
What do you mean you're an amateur?
Well, I am really. Doesn't it feel lovely?
It's beautiful,
I always
isn't
feel
it?
want to
Very
make
sexy,
love
isn't
to
it?
it. I know.
Yes.
Very sensual.
Later, dear, later.
Oh, is that a problem?
Oh, no jokes about buns in the oven, okay? From anybody.
But it is a very sensual thing, isn't
Oh, it's
it?
delightful, isn't it?
You're teasing me now. Have you got a roller?
Yes.
Now, you really have to go at this. It's not like pastry, because, you know, it's just like most lovers. It tries to get away from you to start with, and then you really get hold of it.
Stop, Margaret. Margaret, I can't take any more. You
You see-
passionate beast, you.
Yeah, but you...
I've always said on this programme, we've never had anybody in this programme who's never been full of love and happiness, often wine as well, it's true to say.
I haven't had anyone.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yes, of course you have.
Did you pour me one?
Yes, of course
Oh,
I did, my
was
darling.
too busy getting the dough ready.
Now, how
I
am I going to
have
get
been
this to my...
standing rather a long time. I've only got a wee one. That's great, because mine's going to go on a small plate.
Yours go... But mine's shrinking back again. What the hell,
sorry.
Margaret?
Well, obviously, you're not a gentle enough lover. It has to be coaxed.
How dare you cast nasturtiums upon my...
You have to coax it down.
Right.
Now then, you also, I think...
That is coax.
Can you pass me
My
a fork,
goodness me.
please, Andy, from behind you there? There is a thing called a docking. All the bakers that are watching are going to be saying, oh, my goodness, there's a docking.
Yes, but we're not all professionals at what we're doing. Although it's nice to know the terminology, which is for pricking
Well,
it.
that's for pricking it.
It's called
yes.
docking.
Yes, that's docking.
This is very important. We're putting these onto plates with a little bit of flour and lard underneath.
Yes, yes, old-fashioned.
Right.
And the vegetarians amongst them, of course, can do vegetable.
They can use vegetable oil, but then they're going to spoil the flavour of the thing,
Well,
aren't they?
I think so. I think so. You know, I used to make bread originally, and I used to use, we used to get real good dripping from the butcher.
Is this, sorry to interrupt you, Margaret, for my little bit, I hope it's self-explanatory what I'm doing here. Tomato crushed up onto the bread, anchovy fillets,
Looks
and a simple pizza should have no more than things like this on it. It's not meant to have artichoke hearts and sweet corn and all the junk. Elizabeth David very correctly spoke of the wonderful quiche Lorraine that in the 60s was degenerated into a culinary dustbin, and I regret to say the same applies to the pizza. It's become a travesty of its original, simple,
And what's
delicate
the bottom
flavour.
of them made of? They're sort of hard, cardboardy things, and you eat it and you get this lovely gooey stuff on the top. Well, sometimes it's lovely. You go through this lovely Gruyere cheese. What cheese are you putting on?
Oregano. Oh, this is grated Gruyere. Okay, and a bit of olive oil to make that look, for it to shine a little bit later. Fraction too much there, but never mind.
Can I have the docker?
You can have the docker. Can I be your docker?
You can be my docker.
Right.
That's the final bit, you see.
Into your sexy dough, we'll make a few marks with this fork. So, they're ready, but they can't go into the oven for what?
Oh, I would say about 10 minutes. They ought to prove.
What does prove mean?
Well, they have to, you know, you've still got this live yeast in there, and it has to come to its full maturity.
It has to rise.
It has to rise, yes.
Okay.
Now, there's a marvellous, I'll test very quickly, a marvellous British, but, you know, I think a lot of people who are making bread get really worried about how long to prove it. Tiny piece of the dough, the same dough, pop it into tepid water, it goes to the bottom. When it comes to the top, it's ready to put in the oven.
Okay, well,
Simple as that.
by the magic of television, that has come back to the top.
No, not quite.
I know it hasn't, but by the magic of television it has. And so off this goes. Bring the spatula in, bring our baker in. There we go.
Peel,
onto
the
thing.
peel.
The peel.
Yes.
Right, run along with the peel and into the oven, please.
Thank you, Robin.
Trenches are great, it's true, but with a slice of beef and a drop of real gravy, they're brilliant. But of course the Beeb couldn't afford a joint this size, so I've bought it myself, with the fee from my last series. A bit extravagant, but you can't beat a good British roast, can you? Right, Margaret and I would like to register a protest that we don't approve of lean bred beef. And we don't think housewives really want it either. We think they've been conned and hyped by the
I mean, look at that.
doctors and advertising
look
world.
at that, it's beautiful. I mean, just
Yes.
those veins through it like that, just to give it the flavour. I mean,
Delicious.
it's not quite ready, but in another...
Well,
a bit
let's
down
pop it
with-
back in the
yes,
oven.
it needs to go there. I would suggest without the top. wouldn't
Without the
you?
top now, because
Yes,
the vegetables
yes,
have got a
that's
brown
right.
and so on. Thank you, my darlings.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Looks all right, doesn't it?
Yes.
You know, I think even
Aren't
my...
you clever?
Yeah. I think even my Italian friends who make real pizzas would approve of that.
Well, you've taught me something today. I mean, I've never made a pizza. I don't, you know, I suppose we have the trenchers.
Well, the
They're
trencher...
just the same.
Exactly the same things. Of course they
You're
are.
so clever.
There we are. There's a little bit for you. See if you like that.
Thank you very
It's not... Oh, is it too hot?
Oh, it's terribly hot.
Have a quick swig of wine. Cool your fingers down. Here, there's a little tiny bit. See how that is.
I like your feeling. Oh, I've missed my olive.
Oh,
Oh, now that's a real crust. Can you tell the difference?
oh, it's real.
And the middle is soft and gooey. Look at that.
That's excellent, isn't it?
And of course, it's doing exactly what the trench does. It's all soaking in.
Yeah.
Look, Keith.
Lovely.
Instead of it all sitting on the top and you cut through and you get that hard piece of cardboard.
That's right.
Aren't you clever?
Aren't I pleased? Or, do you know,
Oh, I think you're brilliant.
all we need to complete a brilliant day is, as they say, if music be the food of love, then play on with little music, a little relaxation would be the thing, wouldn't it?
Could we?
We could. I think we've earned it, don't you?
Oh, I would like to. That would be lovely. Shall we go?
Yeah.